The coronavirus outbreak continues to deal a devastating blow to the petroleum industry as well as global economies. World oil market opened on Monday, that's today, with international benchmark Brent crude tumbling more than 30% immediately. This is said to be the largest drop in one day since the start of the Gulf War in 1991. Meanwhile, last Friday, two of the world's biggest oil producers, Saudi Arabia and Russia, remained at odds over how to balance global supply in the face of the coronavirus's devastating effects on demand. Russia and Saudi Arabia launched a price war after OPEC members failed to agree on deepening cuts in production in order to push up prices. Joining me in the studio once again to do some analysis on this current development is the policy and research analyst from the Institute of Energy Security, IES, Raymond. Raymond, you're welcome to the market, please.
Thank you very much.
All right, so quickly brief us on the failed attempt by OPEC to actually reduce supply in order to shore up prices last Friday.
Okay, thank you very much. They held their 178th extraordinary meeting in Austria from 5th of March to 6th of March. So they concluded on Friday, 6th of March,
okay.
But they couldn't agree on a deal. Saudi Arabia came to the table with the idea of cutting supply by 1.5 million barrels per day. The idea is that because of the devastating effects of coronavirus, there is a supply glut in the system, so the cut will be able to absorb that supply glut so that the supply will match demand. Therefore, prices will be stable, because from the beginning of the year, prices have been tumbling at the pumps. But however, Russia also have a different idea.
Okay.
They believe that for some time now that they have joined, for 4 years they have joined the OPEC Plus, they have been cutting production, whilst the shale oil have been pumping, meaning they are taking advantage of what they are doing to stabilize the market. Therefore, they want to pay America back by not cutting, so
there was some kind of disagreement.
So there was no deal.
So finally, what happened?
So after there's no deal, Saudi Arabia was not happy with Russia's position. Therefore, they went back. They slashed their price of their crude oil by 6 to 8% discounted, meaning that it's not cheap. They also promise of increasing about 10 billion barrels per day from April, meaning there's going to be more supply and cheap to
actually.
Exactly, and it's going to be cheap as well. And we wake up this morning, the market will always react, and since it's a move to a bearish market and price tumble, like you said, the largest since the Gulf War in 1991.
All right, so what is going to be the major impact, with this, position that Russia and Saudi Arabia have taken, and more especially with Saudi Arabia indicating it's going to pump out more oil? What is going to be the effect on us, for instance?
Okay, so let me start internationally. Internationally, it's going to hurt a lot of banks that invest in these oil companies. It's going to affect employees because they're going to be labor. If you're not able to meet your operating costs, your production costs, you have to lay off people, so jobs will be lost. Because some companies will go bankrupt because they have invested hugely in their production. Locally, our government have benchmarked 58.66 as the benchmark for crude oil per barrel, and therefore, if there is this substantial reduction to 30 to 35 per barrel, that's going to affect them. Revenue, because we project to reckon petroleum receipts of about 1.2 billion Ghana cedis, and therefore, if that was at 58.66, and now we have it at
below 40.
Below 40, that's 30 to 35 barrel, meaning our projected revenue at the end of the year is going to be half. And we know we spend substantial amount of the oil revenue on a lot of things. For example, last year, like this, 2019, we spent about 17 million Ghana cedis on agriculture. We spent about 570 million Ghana cedis on education, and about 300 million on infrastructure, railway and road. So
these projects are going to be affected because the revenue base is not going to be there from revenue.
Yes,
right. So how do we position ourselves now?
So that's on government side. So what government can do basically is maybe resort to the price stabilization fund to be able to tap into, be able to because this election they have to spend, like they said, it's a year of fraud, so they have to spend. So I'm sure they may think of dipping their hand in the price stabilization fund, and also I'm sure they must actually revise the benchmark price, because if you don't revise the benchmark price, it's going to deceive them on how to spend. And another issue that I'm sure consumers would like to know is, since there is this huge reduction in the world oil prices, what will be the effect at the pump?
Exactly.
Now, under normal circumstances, when the prices are going down on the international market and the cedi is appreciating, prices must come down. But the oil marketing companies are saying there is a depressed margin and that they are having a lot of levies that they have to recover. So we at IES do not expect prices to come down that drastically like what is happening on the international market. We expect prices to come down on a marginal basis going into the second pricing window of March. That starts in 16th of March 2020.
All right, thank you very much, Raymond, for that analysis. Raymond Nwokwo is a policy and researcher at the Institute for Energy Security.